Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, can you see my screen as well?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. So, can we start now? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, last time we had this activity. So, just a recap, I want you to read again this article. Then you're going to answer the questions here or the different sentences here from 1 to 6. Okay. So, are you ready to read this article?
Yes.
Okay, start here.
Seldom after I completed my advanced studies in nursing, I worked in teaching hospital and enjoy a fabulously interesting career. At 32, I had a very demanding role in emergency medicine. Once I became a father and there was some exhausted at work. It became too much and I decided to resign. Despite loving the work, I was lucky because one of my old professors contacted me and I began teaching part-time. Training nurses is the best job in the world. Josie, my first job was a financial assistant. This was great experience and it helped me get a job as a corporate banker. I always meet my target, so I was quickly promoted and rewarded with large pay raises. I was quite wealthy by the time I was 35. Then came the worldwide financial slump. My bank lost money, and many highly paid executives lost their jobs, including me. I was now unemployed for the first time in my working life. I worked freelance as a consultant and then opened my own consultancy, which now employs 50 staffs.
Okay, that's good. Very well said. So now, since you are done reading this article, let's have now the questions. Let's start here from number 1 because from the word career is already has the answer, which is a job or series of jobs with a chance to progress. The answer is career. Okay, so that is the definition from the word career. Now let's have number 1, given a more important job. So what do you think is the answer? Is it resign, experience, promoted, unemployed, or freelance? You can choose your answer here. Okay. So what do you think is the answer in number 1?
Resign.
Okay. Very good. It's resign. Number 2 question, working for different companies on a variety of projects. Yes, the answer is
Freelance.
correct. Number 3, teaching specific skills to people who are learning a job.
Training.
Okay, that's correct. Number 4, when you learn new skills by working in a job. It's learning a new skills.
Where can you read again?
Okay, the question for here is when you learn new skills by working in a job.
Experience.
That's correct, exactly. It's the experience. Number 5, to tell your employer that you have decided to leave your job. to tell your employer that you have decided to leave your job?
Can you read again?
To tell your employer that you have decided to leave your job.
Promoted.
Okay. So let's have some correction for number one. What is your answer again for number one? Given a more important job? Your answer earlier was, is it resign?
Yes.
Okay. So the correct answer from the word resign, it came from number five. Okay. To tell your employer that you have decided to leave your job. Okay. From the word to leave your job. So that is resign. Okay. That person is decided to resign. Okay. Is that clear?
Okay.
Okay. So now let's go back for number one, given a more important job. So that is
Promoted.
given more important job. That is, what is your answer again? It's
Promoted.
promoted. Exactly. How about number six, last one, without a job? Without a job. The person doesn't
Mm,
have any job. It's
Unemployed.
unemployed. Exactly. Okay, that's the correct answer or the correct term for the words that has without a job. Okay, that is unemployed. All right, good job. So next, let's have now the routine and free time. So please read this one. Start here.
You can use adverb of frequency to talk correctly about your daily routine and how often you do work and leisure activities.
Okay, very good. So we have here, let's talk about the adverbs of frequency. So adverbs of frequency sit between the subject of the sentence and the main verb. So here are the examples. Please read. Starting here. I always.
Always, nearly always, very often, usually, often,
Okay.
frequently.
All right. So this is how you're going to read these examples. I always take a shower in the morning. I nearly take shower in the morning. Can you do that? Can you
Mm,
repeat again? Okay. All right. Please start here. I always.
I always take a shower in the morning.
Okay. Next.
I nearly always take a shower in the morning. I very often take a shower in the morning. I usually take a shower in the morning. I often take a shower in the morning. I frequently
Yes. I frequently take shower
shower.
in the morning. Okay. Next. I regularly
I regularly
cycle to work.
I regularly cycle to work. I sometimes cycle to work. I occasionally cycle to work.
Okay, last example. I rarely
I nearly
eat dinner after 10 at night.
I rarely eat dinner after 10 at night. I hardly ever eat dinner after 10 at night. I almost never eat dinner after 10 at night. I never eat dinner at 10 at night.
Okay, very good. So these are the examples of the adverbs. We have the word always, nearly always, very often, usually, often, frequently. So these are the words that use this for things that happen all or a lot of the time. Okay, so these are the examples of words that happen all or a lot of time. Okay, well, the second example, we have regularly, or it could be regularly, sometimes, occasionally. So these are the words or use this for things that happen some of the time. Okay, just some of the time. Last example, we have rarely, hardly ever, almost never, and never. So these are the words that uses things that happen for a very few times or not at all. Okay? Is
Okay.
that clear? Okay. So let's just have a recap or just a review before we proceed for the second page. Okay, so just tell me if the words that I will be going to tell you either a lot of time, or it could be happen some of the time, or happening few times or not at all. Okay? Just tell me these words. Okay? So, for example, base of
Tell
the
me what.
words, okay. Base of these words that come regularly, from the word regularly. Is that a lot of the time or happening a lot of the time, sometime or not at all? From the word regularly. The answer is hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. 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 Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I will repeat the question. What is your answer? From the word regularly. Is it happening a lot of time? Happening some of the time? Or it could be happening not at all?
I have it some of the time.
Correct. Because it's belong here. Okay. How about from the word always?
Always. Always it a lot of the time.
Okay, perfect. How about usually?
Usually um a lot of time.
Okay, how about often?
Often. Mm,
It's
a lot of time.
correct. How about almost never? Almost never.
Almost never. Not at all.
Okay, how about frequently?
Frequently, a lot of time.
Correct. How about sometimes?
Sometimes is some of the time.
Okay, how about occasionally?
Some of the time.
Correct. Hardly ever. Hardly
Hardly,
ever.
hardly ever, not at all.
Okay, how about nearly always?
Nearly always.
Yes.
Mm, a lot of the time.
Okay, correct. All right. So, do you understand about
Yes.
adverbs of frequency? Okay, that's good. So, now let's have now the activity. We have 8.2, cross out the incorrect words to make pairs of sentences with similar meanings. So, here is an example. We go the theater a few times a year. So, we occasionally or often go to the theater? The answer is we occasionally go to the theater. Okay? So often
Okay.
is not correct. Okay? So now let's try number one. We spend every Christmas together. The answer is usually or always.
Mm, always.
Okay. Always. All right. Because from the word every. Okay. That's correct. Number two, it rains here about 3 times a week.
Mm,
From the word 3 times a week. That means frequently
frequently.
or hardly. Okay, it's frequently. All right, number three, she goes swimming 6 days a week. 6 days a week.
Very often.
Okay. How about they go to the gym twice a week?
Or regularly.
Yes, the answer is
Regularly.
okay. How about I stay late at work about once a month?
Rarely stay late at work.
Okay, very good. All right, good job. So we're done for that activity. Next, let's have the word order. Okay, so now please read. Start here. You can.
You can also describe frequency with more precise experience. Experience. Unlike verbs or frequency, these must sit at the end of a phrase.
Okay. You can also describe frequency with more precise expressions. Unlike adverbs of frequency, this must sit at the end of a phrase. So, number one, I often go running. Okay. Can you read the second? I regularly.
I regularly go running. I hardly ever go running.
Okay. The second example, I go running 5 times a week?
I go running 5 times a week. I go running every Tuesday. I go running once a year.
Okay, very good. All right, so next we have rewrite the sentences, putting the words in the correct order. So these words here, occasionally a book reads he. So these are the unscrambled words. So you're going to make this words into correct sentence. Okay, so the correct answer for these words, occasionally a book reads he occasionally reads a book. Okay, is that clear?
Okay.
All right, so let's try number one. Once a week play we tennis. The answer
We
is
play tennis once a week.
correct. Number two, home rarely they get early.
They rarely get home early.
Exactly. Number three, breakfast every morning she eats.
She eat breakfast every morning.
Exactly. Okay, number four, hardly ever I TV watch.
I had never watched TV.
Okay, number five,
We nearly always cooks dinner.
correct. And number six,
Number six. Mm, we see the dentist twice a year.
exactly. We see the dentist twice a year. Okay, very good. Okay, but before that, I will let you listen to the audio first. Okay, let's check if your answers a while ago are all correct. Okay, just tell me if you can hear this one or not. All right. Okay, did you hear this?
He
Mm,
occasionally reads a
Did you hear that?
I know.
How about this
book.
one? Did you hear that?
He
Can
occasionally
you play?
reads a book.
Okay, now.
Okay, so did you hear something? The audio?
Yes.
Okay, so let's try to check if your answers a while ago are correct. Okay, so please just listen.
He occasionally reads a book.
Okay, so that's an example answer. So let's proceed now. Number one.
He play tennis once a week.
Okay, the second.
They rarely get home early.
Okay, next.
She eats breakfast every morning.
All right, so that's for number three. Next, number four.
I hardly ever watch TV.
Okay, number five.
He nearly always cooks dinner.
And number six.
We see the dentist twice a year.
Okay, so did you see the difference? Is your answer correct or are your answers correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yes, exactly. So now let's have 8.5, rewrite the note correcting the errors. So this one, we have here an example of a note. So please read this note first, then you're going to, no need to rewrite, just tell me your answer here based of this note. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So some of these words inside the note have the incorrect words. Okay, so just tell me your correct answers or the correct words. All right, so now please read just a month. Yes, you may now start.
And I can hear.
Okay, this one, please read this one. Yes, can you please start
It's a
reading?
month to go
Okay.
until our debate gig. We 3 times a week practice together so that we will be ready. We go very often jogging before band practice. It helps sometimes us get good ideas for tunes. Rehearsals are going well and we make really mistake now. I have twice a month guitar lessons, which has really helped. After practice, we go out nearly always together.
Okay, very good. So, did you see now what are the incorrect words? Did you see? From the words or from the first sentence, just a month to go until our debut or debut, that's debut. And then Gigi, we 3 times a week practice together so that we'll be ready. Do you think there's something wrong with the sentence in the first sentence? Yes or no?
Mm,
Is this correct?
where?
Yes, from the first sentence. Do you think there are words that are incorrect? Here, start here and up to here. The sentence correct? Yes or no?
Mm, gig?
Is it a yes?
Yes.
Okay. How about the second? We go very often jogging before band practice. Do you think there's something wrong with that sentence that you need to correct that one?
No, I think
All
no.
right. Okay. How about the rehearsal are going to well and we make rarely mistakes now?
Rarely make mistake.
Okay. How about last? I have twice a month guitar lessons which has really helped. Is that correct? Yes or no? Yes, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, last. After practice we go out nearly always together.
Mm, 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 yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right, very good. So now let's have this one. Okay, so I think let's continue this one for our next meeting because it's already time. Okay, so that's all and see you again. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay.